living at the Meadowbrook apartment complex in Florence had their weekend rudely disrupted when raw sewage covered their floors. ABC 40's Jim Klein went to Florence today to talk with some of the residents and to find out what's being done about it. Jim?
Kathy, there is a sewage problem at the Meadowbrook apartments. 8 apartments were flooded this weekend, and it's not the first time.
Open the door to the bathroom. Next thing I know, the water's just flowing right out of the bathroom. Toilet's overflowing. Tub's just filled to the top with brown water. I mean, it didn't stop.
I was horrible. The whole tub filled up. The sink started filling up, and the toilets overflowed. And it was just disgusting.
But the disgusting stench wasn't the worst part. The backup started flowing through the apartments.
We lost all of my daughter's clothes. We lost all my daughter's toys. We lost our Christmas presents that we had. We lost all of our food that we just bought.
The 8 basement units in 4L and 4R are the ones that were flooded. The people who were living in those units are now in hotels. And much of what they owned is in a dumpster. The hotel bill is being taken care of, but apparently not much else.
None of it's being replaced. Meadowbrook said that they're not responsible for what happened. They said that we were supposed to have renter's insurance, which they never even informed us about.
Alexa Daly, a management representative out of Boston, told us they've been in touch with the mayor's office. This happened in the same units a little over 3 years ago. They thought it was fixed. Daly says they're going to bring their own engineers in to determine what happened and make sure it doesn't happen again. Daly also told me an environmental contractor will be cleaning the contaminated furniture, and she says they will relocate these families into other apartments at the complex. Benjamin Wilraka says his family will not go back to a basement floor. Kathy?
Residents driven from their apartments by a raw sewage backup are starting to sort their lives out and getting some unexpected help tonight. Good evening, I'm Kathy Tobin.
I'm Dave Mattson. Meadowbrook apartment residents in Florence are starting to move into new units, and a few donations have been made to replace their contaminated belongings. But ABC 40's Jim Klein says officials still aren't sure why the backup happened. Jim?
Dave, Kathy, this is something that happened in the same apartment complex a little over 3 years ago. The people living in those apartments now thought they were safe. They were not.
They happened within 2+ years of each other. This is why we're looking at more carefully an investigation what we're going to do out there and what we believe what we might find.
The city has a main line that runs through this complex. There's a service line that attaches to that, and one of them backed up this past weekend. Ned Huntley says both lines were blocked 3 years ago. But when his crew went to the complex this past Saturday, the main line was free.
The service line definitely had a lot of material in it also. So whether it was an internal plug in their service line that they own and manage, or we had a surcharge on our line that came up and then relieved itself, that's what we're not sure, and that's what we're going to investigate.
Huntley says his crews will try to determine next week what went wrong. Meanwhile, 7 families are trying to get their lives back in order. They've lost much of what they own.
Dishes, pots and pans, and beds, and bedding.
Most of the beds got destroyed because they're all on the floor and all the rooms were open.
Ann Kudelka of Westfield saw our story yesterday and emailed me that she had a full set of dishes she could donate. Her husband, Jason, said he had much more. Pots and pans, flatware, bedding, toys for the kids. We threw it in the car and took it to Meadowbrook today, and our friends there say they are very appreciative.
We're going to split it between everybody.
They definitely need these items and more.
They're awesome. The problem is we've been in a hotel for how many days? I don't even know.
Since Saturday.
Nobody has money anymore. We're broke.
Apartment management has told them they'll be reimbursed in a couple of days. That doesn't put food on the table tonight. And they're going to need beds to sleep on. We've had 1 offered so far. Hopefully there's more to come. Dave?